Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Mrs. Reagan and all of the distinguished guests are here. It's an honor for me to be here at the Reagan Library to speak with all of you today. And I want to thank Mrs. Reagan for her gracious invitation. There's been a lot of thrilling things that have happened to me over the last 20 months, and people tend to become a little passé after a while about things that happen. And I have a former law partner who's with me tonight who majors in passé, my friend Bill Palatucci, and I called him and I said to him, okay, I got something that's even going to impress you. And I read him this letter over the phone, and I said, it's signed by Nancy Reagan. And he said, okay, I'm impressed. So it's great to be here, Mrs. Reagan, and thank you for your invitation. Ronald Reagan believed in this country. He embodied the strength, the perseverance, and the faith that has propelled immigrants for centuries to embark on dangerous journeys to come here, to give up all that was familiar for all that was possible. He judged that as good as things were and had been for many Americans, they could and would be better for more Americans in the future. It's this vision for our country that guided his administration over the course of 8 years. His commitment to making America stronger, better, more resilient is what allowed him the freedom to challenge conventional wisdom, reach across party lines, and dare to put results ahead of political opportunism. Everybody in this room, and in countless other rooms across this great country, has his or her favorite Ronald Reagan story. For me, that story happened 30 years ago, in August of 1981. The air traffic controllers, in violation of their contracts, went on strike. President Reagan ordered them back to work, making clear that those who refused would be fired. In the end, thousands refused, and thousands were fired. I cite this incident not as a parable of labor relations, but as a parable of principle. Ronald Reagan was a man who said what he meant and meant what he said. Those who thought he was bluffing were sadly mistaken.
Considering obviously where he was at the Reagan Library, he went back to Reagan and Reagan themes and Reagan optimism and a shining city on the hill as he was closing his speech. And he says, when Obama had become a divider, there's a different choice. Seemingly want to lay out what the choices are for the American people tonight. One vision, Obama's versus another, and Obama's he's describing as a dividing message.
Absolutely, and I think, again, this goes back to a credibility issue for the president. And I thought the governor did a good job tonight in his speech. Like you said, it built in momentum. He really laid out, I think, the differences between what how Republicans feel about our country and how do we move forward. Put in that optimism in there, you know, the shining city on the hill. Anyway, so he's done a great job of pointing out the differences. And the president is stuck in this campaign mode now. He's not communicating with the American people. He's trying to communicate apparently with himself.
And he keeps talking about